Hi everyone, my name is Matt. Today we're going to be looking at the Edexcel foundation paper from the 6th of November. It's the non-calculator, so let's have a go. So first of all, question 1. Write 25% as a decimal. So all we want to do here is we take 25 and we divide it by 100, we'll find out what it is as a decimal. Now I know that's 0.25, but if you did it this way, you can take 25 and a decimal point here, and if you just move that twice this way, we get 0.25. It moves twice because we're dividing by 100. Okay. Question 2. Here are the first 4 even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8. Find the 10th even number. So there's a couple of ways to do this. The first way is to just count up on your hands, 2, 4, 6, 8, and go all the way to 10 digits, so you have the number 20. Another way is to look at this as 1, this is the second number, this is the third number, this is the fourth number, and we can see that each one is double whatever the term is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Find the 10th even number. So we know that the 10th even number will be double 10, which is 20. So put 20 there. I'll put 0.25 there for that one. Okay, next question 3. Change 15 centimetres into millimetres. So 1 centimetre is equal to 10 millimetres if you look at your ruler. So we want 15 centimetres. So if we multiply this by 15, we multiply this side by 15, we get 15 centimetres is equal to 15 times 10, which is 150 millimetres. There we go, so it's 150 millimetres. Next, question 4, write down the multiple of 9 that is between 20 and 30. So for multiples of 9, we can just go one at a time. So we do 9, 18, which is double that. Add another 9, which is 27. Add another 9, which is 36. And what do we notice here? We can see that between 20 and 30, the answer is 27. Question 5. Work out 500 plus 145. There's a few different ways to do this. One way I'd probably do is add them one on top of each other like this, and then add them up like this. So you 0 plus 5 is 5, 0 plus 4 is 4, 5 plus 1 is 6. So you get 645. Okay. Question 6. Javid hires a car for 10 days. He pays £45 for each day. He also pays £30 for insurance. Javid pays with 10 £50 notes. Work out how much change you should get. So there's 2 parts to this question. So we've got 1 here and 2 here. If we slow down and have a little look, we can see that the first part is finding out how much it's actually cost Javid for this car. So he's had the car for 10 days and it's cost him £45 per day. So we times that by 45, so we find out how much it is for the 10 days. So for the 10 days, it's £450. But then he also pays £30 overall for insurance. So we get this, and we do 450 plus 30 equals 480. Now, the second part of the question, Javid pays with 10 £50 notes. So we have 10 times £50 notes. Okay? So 10 50 notes is equal to £500. Now if we just do 500, which is the amount he's paid with, minus the amount that it's cost, which is 480, we find that he's left over with £20. So there you can see the answer is 20. Question 7. Measure the length of the side PQ. So we just take our ruler And we want to measure it not from 1, but from this here, which is 0. And we start at the P, and we go all the way to the side there, nice and neat. And we can read off here that we're actually at 9.5. This little dash here is a 5, so that's 9.5. Did it ask for in centimetres? Yes, it did. Always check what the question is asking for, because it could have asked it in millimetres. But in this case, 9.5 centimetres. What type of angle is marked X? So in a triangle, we have a few types of angles. We have this one, and we have this one, to name 2 of them. Now, this one, if it's less than 90 degrees, is acute. And if it's more than 90 degrees, it is an obtuse angle. And in this case, this angle here is less than 90 degrees, because if we draw a line up here like this and we get a right angle there, that's less than 90 degrees. So we'll put acute there for that question. Okay, part C, measure the size of the angle marked X. I don't have a protractor in this case, but with your protractor you'll have the semicircle like this, and you'll just measure from the Q here right at the vertex, and you'd read off the angle, but the angle would be around this sort of area here. Okay, the actual answer to that question is 32 degrees. So that is the actual answer if you did measure it. Okay. Question 8, write down the coordinates of point A. So when we're looking at graphs like this, we want to go along the x-axis first, which is this way, and then go up. So we want to walk before we fly, as I used to get taught in school. So we read off the x coordinate first. So we go along here, we go 1, 2, 3. So the x coordinate is 3. And then we go on the y, we go 0, 1, and we look on there and it's 1. So the coordinates of point A, the x coordinate goes first, which is the walk, and the y coordinate goes second, which is the run. So you go 3, 1. Okay. Part B, on the grid, mark with X the point 3 minus 4. Label this point B. Okay, so exactly the same as before. We want to go across 3, just to here, which is the X. You do the X first, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and we'll do a little cross, because it has to do a cross with a cross here, and then we should label it B. So if we just put B there like that, there we go. Write down the coordinates of the midpoint of AC. Okay, again, there's a few different ways you can do this. Probably the easiest one is to get your ruler and measure between it. Actually, no, it's probably a bit more complicated than that. So what we want to do is we want to find where is in between these 2 points. Now, the easiest way to do it is to pick what this x value is and what this x value is. So in this case, we've got this x value is 3. This x value is minus 3. And what we'll do is we'll add them together, plus minus 3, which is actually 0, and then divide it by 2, which is also 0. The reason we divided by 2 is because we want to find what x coordinate is directly in between both of these x coordinates. So we do it with the y coordinates. So the y coordinate for A is 1, and the y coordinate for C is 3. So we go back down here and we do 1, which is the A coordinate, plus 3, which is the y coordinate, equals 4. And then we do 4 divided by 2, which equals 2. So that's the x coordinate, that's the y coordinate. So the actual coordinates are 0, 2. And as you can see on the graph here, if you put a little mark here, you can see that that does look, in fact, the midpoint to both of them points. All right, question 9. Millie collects stickers of sports players. She only has stickers of tennis players, football players, and cricket players. The incomplete bar chart shows some information about the number of stickers Millie has. Okay, so these are the number of stickers here. Here's the numbers. Okay, so we've got tennis players, football players, and cricket players isn't filled in. Okay, so it says Millie has a total of 40 stickers. Complete the bar chart. Okay, so there's no numbers actually given in the question apart from 40. So we'll take that to begin with, and we can see that she has a total of 40. So we've got 40, and if we count up here and see how many tennis player stickers she has, in this case, we follow the number up and we have 12 tennis player stickers. And all the way up here on the football players, we have, it looks like between 16 and 18, which is 17. So if the total stickers overall is 40, and we know that we have 12 and 17, the cricket players will be left over after we take these two away. So 40 minus 12 minus 17. Now there's a couple of ways you can do subtraction like this. Some people can do it in their head, like I've been doing maths quite a while, so I can do it in my head. But if you wanted to do it using the table method, you can do 0 minus 2 minus 7. No, actually, I'd probably add them together to make 29, and then I'd take them straight away from that. So what do you have to do to get from 29 to 40? We'll add 1 to get 30, and then add 10. So the difference is 11, which is just the same. It looks a bit complicated from the way I've done it, to be honest. But if you do 40 minus 29, or 40 minus 12 minus 17, you will get to 11 here. So 11, and it does say that you've got to complete the bar chart. So in this case, we'll complete the bar chart. We'll look where 11 is between 10 and 12 here, and we'll just draw a little line there, and then using your ruler, make it nice and neat. I'll just draw 2 lines there, and then I'll just shade them like that, and that'll be good for that question. And then part B, what fraction of the 40 stickers what fraction of the 40 stickers are stickers of tennis players? Okay, so tennis players is here. Give your fraction its simplest form. Okay, so we might need to simplify the fraction here. So we know there's a total of 40, and we know that the tennis players here, we know that's 12. So what we can do is we can write, well, the fraction is 12 over 40. Now that isn't the simplest form. To find the simplest form, we can look at 12 and 40 and say, what can we divide each of them numbers by that's the same number? So I know that 2 goes into 40 to make 20, and 2 also goes into 12. So we can start there. So we can divide by 2. So we do it like this. And that will be 6 over 20. And then we can look at it again and we can say, okay, well, 2 goes again there into 6 and into 20. So we do the same again. And we get 3 over 10. Now 3 and 10, we have a little look at it, and there's nothing else that can go into that. So that is the simplest form. Some questions like this will ask for the simplest form because we could have just stopped here. But it's important to have a look at the numbers and see what can we divide these two by? What same number can we divide these two by to get a simpler fraction? And in this case, that's what we've done. Okay, question, oh, is it continuing? Okay, we're continuing on. Right, so part C. Evan also collects stickers. He only has large stickers and small stickers. For Evan's stickers, the number of large stickers to the number of small stickers is 5 to 4. Write down the fraction of Evan's stickers that are large stickers. Okay, so we'll break this down slowly. Evan also collects stickers. He only has large stickers and small stickers. The number of large stickers and small stickers is 5 to 4. So the large stickers is the first part. And the overall stickers ratio would just be this plus this. That's the total. So the fraction, because there's 5 lots of large stickers to every 4 lots of small stickers. So in total, we've got 9 lots of just stickers. So we take the large value and we say the fraction is going to be 5 over 9, which is the large one here, over the total, which is 9. Write the ratio 5/4 in the form n to 1. Okay, so we can see here that we want to get this right hand side here, the 4, we need that to be a 1. So what do we do to 4 to get to 1? In order to get 4 to 1, we need to divide it by 4. Okay, so we also divide this side by 4. So the answer we get is n is equal to 5 over 4 to 1. Okay, and because it's written as a ratio, I think it would be good to write this as a decimal number. So in order to get 5 divided by 4, well, what we can do is we can do 5 divided by 2 divided by 2, which is the same. So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. And then if we divide that by 2, we get 1.25. So it's 1.25 to 1. There we go. Okay. Question 10. On the grid, reflect the shaded shape in the mirror line. Okay. So sometimes this can be confusing because when it says reflect the shape, we want to know where exactly we're reflecting it. And some people might think of doing it along the x-axis here because it's one of the major lines. So you might say over here so that it looks symmetrical, but it's not asking for it to look symmetrical. It's asking for it to be reflected along this mirror line. Okay. So this is 1 square up this corner from the mirror line. So we do the opposite. We do 1 square down here. So that'll be that corner. And if we go 1 in here, we can see that this point is 1, 2, 3 up. So we go back to the line and we go 1, 2, 3 down and get that point. And we've got another point here, which is 1, 2 points up. So we'll do the same again. We'll go 1, 2 points down. And I think, is that all our points? I think we just need this one here. So we go here and we go 1 up. So we'll go back to the line and we'll go 1 down. So we'll go just there. And we've got all the points of our shape. So if we draw, this is actually along the x-axis. And then we connect all the points up like that. Probably use a ruler just to be a bit neater. Not the best with straight lines. There we go. It's just to reflect the shape. I'd probably shade it too just to see it, but I don't think you have to. There you go. Write down the equation of the mirror line. So the mirror line is this line here. Okay. Now the equations of lines, usually it'll have a gradient and a y-intercept. In this case, it's on the y-axis, the line. So there's no x value because it doesn't cross the x-axis anywhere. It doesn't cross the x-axis. There's no x value. So the y value is 1. So the equation of the mirror line is y equals 1. As you can see here, it passes through 1. Because if it was x, we wouldn't be able to specify where. Where's the x? We wouldn't be able to specify where the x is. So in this case, yeah, it's definitely y.